Hey everyone, welcome back, or welcome if you're new to my YouTube channel. So today I think what we're going to do is just test out a couple of new products, do some first impressions. I know I look a little janky right now. We just woke up, and if you can hear loud chewing, I've got one of the boys in here and he's eating his breakfast. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, so I have the new Dream Urban cover from Maybelline, the foundation. I have the Morphe 35H palette, and yeah, I figured we'd just test some of this out and do kind of a first impression type thing. So yeah, if you're new, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you can be notified whenever I upload. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna start out with doing just my regular e.l.f. moisturizer that I normally use for primer. I use this for primer for any foundation. So I'm just gonna do what I normally do so that we know how this works. So I have the Maybelline Dream Urban cover. It says full coverage protective makeup. It has SPF 50. It's antioxidant enriched pollution protection. So this says formulated with antioxidants to help protect skin from environmental aggressors. I've got shade 128 warm nude, which may be a little dark on me. So I'm just gonna squirt a little bit of this on the back of my hand. Okay, so I'm going to use half the face with a brush and half the face with a beauty blender and see which side I like better. I can almost already tell you I'm going to prefer the brush because I always use a brush to apply my foundation. But I'm just using the Morphe M439 brush, and I'm just going to get some and put it on my face. So that is one side of my face done with a brush. Yeah, I would say it's pretty full coverage. I have some rosacea on my cheeks and it's pretty much completely covered it. But yeah, I mean, it went on really easy. It kind of looks like the Superstay, the Superstay one from Maybelline. It kind of reminds me of that, honestly, which I've worn that. So I've worn that a couple of days, and I'm having to do another squirt, by the way, because that whole squirt that I just did, that like pea-size, well, probably a little bit more than pea-size amount, only covered half of my face, which is what I'm saying. I feel like I will use more of it, but I've used that Superstay, and Anchor's drinking as well. So I use that Superstay 24-hour, and I don't know if it's just the way that I applied it or what I used under it or the powder or what it was, but it did not last as long as like my L'Oreal one normally does on me, or like other foundations normally do. It looks pretty when you put it on, but it started getting really oily like throughout the day. I'd say by like, I don't know, I put it on probably at like 9 o'clock that morning, and by I'd say about 4 I was pretty much like greasy at that point. So that is the other side with the beauty blender. I don't think they really look different. I just prefer a brush. That's probably what I'll be using to buff this in, but I feel like the coverage looks pretty much the same on both sides. I don't know. Leave a comment below what you think. Like, which side do you prefer better? The brush side or the sponge side? I'm gonna go ahead and just use the Instant Age Rewind concealer under my eyes and whatnot. I've kind of been using this. I've been loving this concealer actually, but I've kind of been, can you hear him? Literally, I've kind of been using this concealer in conjunction with a little bit of a lighter concealer because I feel like this one's just not brightening enough, but I feel like all the rest of mine are way too light. So I just go in with, this is the Milani Conceal and Perfect. This is the foundation with the concealer on top of it. I think it looks super nice. Like, I really like this, and if it lasts all day, it could be one of my new favorites. It is tacky, and it but it doesn't look super dewy. Like, it just kind of looks like a natural finish maybe once you set it. So there is the face with the powder and the eyebrows on. I don't feel sticky anymore. I just used my Airspun powder and just set the whole face with that. So yeah, I'm still liking the way it's looking with powder and everything on top of it. So now, let's see, we're gonna go in with the Morphe 35H palette. It is so pretty, and I mean, honestly, I don't know how, like, there are some neutral shades in here, but I don't know how you would go for anything other than the blue or the red, because that's so prominent. Just as my transition, or just for my first crease color, I'll go in with this peach color right there and just pop that in the crease. I'm hoping that when I blend these like blues and reds together, it doesn't get muddy. That is one thing I am concerned about, is it like getting super muddy, because then sometimes when you mix colors like that together, it can not turn out the way that you want it to. I'm gonna go in with a smaller blending brush, the R35 brush, and I'm going to dip into this aqua, teal, whatever, that shade. I'm gonna put this on this inner corner right here. I'm just gonna take this Eco Tools Beauty Blender and just put some powder underneath my eyes real quick, so that when it does fall out, I can just sweep it away. Because I didn't realize it would have this much fallout. It's not a deal breaker for me though. Because I mean, there's things that I can do to remedy it, such as this, or do my foundation, or do my eyeshadow first, then my foundation. So it's not a deal breaker. You just have to kind of learn as you go with stuff like this. I mean, as long as they're pigmented and they're performing and blending, then I am okay with the fallout. So next I'm gonna take another little Morphe brush that doesn't have the numbers on it because I've used it entirely too much. And I'm gonna dip in to this bright coral shade right here and use that on the outer part of my crease right here. This is about to look either really great or really terrible. I never go into this with like an idea of what I want to look like. I just go into it and look at the palette and see which colors I'm like, yeah, I want to use that color. And then I incorporate it, and then sometimes it looks great and sometimes it doesn't. I'm not hating this though. Like, would I wear this every day? No. But I'm not hating it. Yeah, so no, I'm gonna actually go in with this maroon shade down here. And this actually does come with like a card with the names on it, but I don't ever keep that because I'm not good at keeping stuff like that. So these actually do have names, but they're not in the palette, so I don't know what they are. And I'm gonna just go on this outer edge right here. Alright, so I just kind of partially cut my crease, and then I'm gonna grab that same Luxie brush, and I think I'm gonna go in, let's see, I'm gonna go in with this pink right here that's just right above that corally color, like the farther side, not into my inner corner or anything, because I'm gonna mix some colors together. I'm gonna take another little small shader brush. I already wet the brush, and I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's like a deeper teal, a little bit farther in, and try to mix that with that pink right there. Like, I really don't know what I'm doing, but I feel like it looks really dope. But I don't, like, this isn't a color or a look that would be my everyday like go-to situation. This lighter shade right here, that teal shade, and I'm gonna put that on the very inner part. And then last, I'm gonna take this top shade right here, which is a really pretty, like, it almost has some like blue in it, but it also looks like just straight silver, but it also has some like teal and like yellow looking tones in it. And I'm just gonna pop that right in the inner corner of my eye. I'm gonna dust off the rest of this powder first before I do that. I'm gonna take this little ColourPop brush. I don't really know what the names of these are, but it's just like a little kind of pencil-y, just a little brush, and kind of blend that out underneath there. I'm not putting any additional product on it. I just don't want it to be so harsh. So it doesn't say on here not safe for use in the immediate eye area, but it might say online. I'm not sure, because sometimes those pinks and the reds and stuff can stain. But I mean, that's not a big deal. I was just wondering if it said anything about that. So this is what we've got going on right here. I think it looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of lashes, mascara, not lashes, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of mascara and some liner. I'm trying to put this up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of mascara and some liner and be right back. Alright, so I have my mascara and liner on, and I put a little bit of this ColourPop cream gel liner in Zulu on my lower lashes and my waterline. So yeah, so I really love the way this looks. Let me get some contour and bronzer and whatnot on. So I have to lift these up to see what the names of these are. And this is just one of my ColourPop palettes that I use like for clients and stuff. I use on myself as well, but I'm gonna go in with this color right here, Spectacle, as my contour. And I have been using this for my contour for like a while now, because I think it's such a pretty contour color. Not for everybody, I don't guess, but for me, yeah, it works really well. Next, I'm gonna take this bronzer right here in Private Party and use it to warm up the face. They have a little bit of fallout, not terrible, but this bronzer in particular has a little bit of a sheen to it. It's not very shimmery, but it's also not matte. It just has a little bit of a sheen to it. I am nothing if I'm not that meme about the eyeliner, like when you do a winged eyeliner, because I never do winged eyeliner. But when you do winged eyeliner and you go back in and they just keep getting thicker and darker, that is what I do. Because I really hate doing winged eyeliner, but for some looks like this one, like I feel like you just need it. So might as well just suck it up and do it. So next I'm just going to take this Pixie blush in Beach Rose and put that on my falls. And let's see, I'm gonna take this highlight right here. It's called Talk, and I'm gonna use it to highlight my face. One reason that I really like this color for me is because it's more of a peachy color, and I'm not much for like a white highlight that is just like shocking. Like I like a highlight that looks more natural. And this peachy color just, for me, looks more natural on my skin and kind of more blends in with everything, like with my blush and bronzer and everything. Guys, so I just used this ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in Lock Diary. I think it was from a Hello Kitty collection or something that I just had. And then the Huda Beauty in Bombshell in the center. And this is the final look. What do you guys think? let's see. Down below, I actually really think that the foundation looks really nice with the rest of this like makeup on top of it. Everything went on normally, like it normally would with any other foundation that I like to use. So I'm definitely going to be using that one more, and like I said, I'll test it out and leave a comment on how it wears throughout the day for me and my skin. The eyeshadow looks so fun. Like I really do like that palette. It does have a lot of fallout, so just beware of that going in. The palette does have a lot of fallout, but as long as you know that going into it, you can powder underneath your eyes or do your eyeshadow first so that you can be prepared for that, so that you don't ruin your foundation. But yeah, would I ever wear this like to church? No, this is not a church. It's not a church look, but it is very pretty, and I mean, I absolutely love it. I'll definitely be using that palette more, even for just the neutral shades. I think that it's a really, really pretty palette, and I think that you will not be disappointed if you get it. I think that this one is one of my favorite ones, honestly, because you can do so much with it. I mean, like this whole line, like right there in the middle, is all just neutral shades. And even like these are more neutral shades. I mean, you can pretty much do any kind of look with this palette. So I think this is definitely a hit. I love this. This I think I'm gonna love depending on how long it wears. But yeah, everything else is pretty good. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts on this. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment if you feel the need. I love comments. I think it's so fun to see what you guys think. Leave a like, comment, subscribe please, and tell a friend. We really want to kind of grow this, and I'm trying really hard, but the best way to grow this is by word of mouth. So yeah, if you guys could share this on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, tell a friend, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video.